Bruno Mars, Chicago. This is your number before you go. Let's get into it. You guys are going to be at the Soldier Field on Saturday, May 16th and Sunday, May 17th. This venue is going to have an open aired stadium, so there'll be no roof on this stadium. Capacity of this venue is up to 63,000 attendees. Box office is going to open at 12 p.m. and then is located across from gate 10. Parking lots are going to open at 3:30, gates 5:30, and show is at 7:30. Those who have floor seats, you should enter at gate 0, which is the main south entrance. I'm including a picture showing you where this is. This stop is going to have a Hello Kitty pop-up shop. It's going to be on May 15th through May 17th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 39 South State Street. It's going to have exclusive merch that will not be sold at the event or at the stadium. So if you want to take part in that, here is that information. Bags. They really want everyone to come as light as possible because the lighter you come, the quicker and easier it is to get you through security. But if you want to bring something, I will tell you what bags are allowed. I'm also including a picture, breaking this down. Options are bags that are clear, plastic, vinyl, or PVC, no bigger than 12 by 6 by 12. This includes clear backpacks and clear fanny packs and clear cinch bags, as long as they are no bigger than 12 by 6 by 12. They mention no buckles, no grommets or hardware or decor on any part of the bag that's going to conceal it. So try to keep it strictly a clear bag. No tint, no shading, no designs. You also have the option of a 1-gallon clear plastic freezer bag. Just use a plain Ziploc bag if that's the way you want to go. If you want to do a color bag, the option here is a bag that is no bigger than 4.5 by 6.5 with or without a handle or a strap. A good barometer for this is your 4x6 photo that you may have around the house. Use it, put that up against the bag. If it falls within the dimensions of that picture, then you're good. If it falls outside of the borders of that picture, I would think about bringing something else. The only exceptions to this bag policy is for medical reasons and a diaper bag. So medical reasons, say you are diabetic, you have to bring diabetic supplies. That will be fine. Let security know. If you're a lactating mom, you got to bring nursing supplies. That'll be fine. Let security know. And if you have to bring a diaper bag, they do want you to empty your contents inside of a clear bag and bring it. So those are the only exceptions to the bag policy. If you happen to bring a bag that is not allowed or another item that is not allowed, they will have a bag check there. It's going to be located at the 18th Street turnaround, located south of Soldier Field along the pedestrian walkway after you pass through the tunnel under Lakeshore Drive. So you can use that in lieu of taking it back to your vehicle or having to dispose of it. So be careful with what you bring to the venue. Seat cushions will be allowed at the venue. They just do not want them to be large or have pockets, zippers, compartments, or covers. Cameras, I'm going to cover what isn't allowed first, and then we'll go over what is allowed. What is not allowed are cameras with lenses longer than 6 inches when extended, interchangeable or detachable lenses, video cameras and GoPros, cases for cameras or binoculars that are bigger than that 4.5 by 6.5 bag policy, no drones, no selfie sticks. So those are the things that are not allowed. What is allowed? Camera on your phone, a point and shoot camera, a disposable camera, Polaroid camera. I would keep it simple. I get asked about specific cameras a lot of times, the Canon GX7. I do know that one is okay. What I would suggest is look at your camera, extend that lens all the way. If it's longer than 6 inches, I would leave it at home. DJI Osmo cameras, the vlogging cameras, the smart glasses, I get asked about them a lot of times. Whenever something says no GoPros or video cameras, I get a little leery with telling someone to bring them. The saving grace here is that this venue does have a bag check. So if they decide to not let it in, at least you have a backup plan. You can go check it if need be. Overall advice is always going to be just to keep it simple. If you have tickets at the box office to pick up or you want to buy alcohol that night, please remember to bring your ID. You're going to need it for either one of those transactions. If you have mace or pepper spray on your keychain or in your purse, please remember to take that off or out, as that is not going to be allowed into the venue. It is considered a weapon. Aerosol cans. Think of hairspray, deodorant. If you have those, leave them at home. Don't bring them. They're not going to be allowed in. Portable fans, they are fine. I would recommend you bring one that has a USB rechargeable battery versus physical batteries. Portable chargers, they are fine as well. If you happen to forget it, they will have the charge fuse charging stations located inside of the venue as well. Umbrellas are a no. They're not going to be allowed in. Posters and flags, because I've had some people ask me about flags for this show. This particular venue does not give a specific size limitation when it comes to posters, flags, or signs. They just say that they cannot obstruct anybody's view. Okay, and I know that they cannot be on a stick or on a pole. So if you bring something, make sure that it is handheld. No sticks, no poles, no obscenities, no vulgarities, and it does not block anybody's view. The venue is cashless. So if you want to buy merch, food, drinks, remember to bring your physical cards or be able to use tap to pay. Smoking cigarettes, using smokeless cigarettes, e-cigs, or chewing smokeless tobacco is prohibited, and there are no designated smoking areas inside or outside of the stadium. So keep that in mind. They also have a no re-entry policy. So if you go out of those gates, out of those doors, If you want to come back in, you're going to need a new ticket. Outside food is permitted as long as the food is contained within a clear bag or clear plastic wrap. An example, sandwich wrapped in clear plastic wrap. Chips contained within a clear Ziploc bag. So that's what's allowed. Beverages and beverage containers are not allowed. A lot of times you'll run into issues where they'll tell you can bring food, and once you get there, security is telling you no. But this question I specifically asked, and this was the answer that I was given. So I'm hoping that this pans out for the night. This venue does have wheelchair assistance for patrons that need it. Generally, it's going to be available to take you from the door to your seat and from your seat back to the door. They're not generally allowed to take you outside or pick you up outside. They mentioned that staff will be available around the venue. So if you need this assistance, just let somebody know and they will help you from there. If you are an attendee that may have had something happen to you since you purchased your ticket and now you need wheelchair seating that you did not purchase in advance, they do mention that you can exchange your seat for wheelchair accessible seating. You need to go to Visit Guest Services inside Gate 0, which is at that main entrance if you need to do so. Parking can be purchased by going to either Soldier Field's website, ParkWiz, or Spot Hero. I will show you Soldier Field's first. If you go to Soldier Field's website, this is what you'll see on their face page. You'll see the BRUNO MARS Romantic Tour sold out sign. If you click on that sign, it will take you to his page. From here, if you scroll up, you'll see parking. You want to hit the reserved parking link. And from here, scroll down, you're going to choose your date, Saturday or Sunday. I'll choose Saturday. And from here, you'll see your options. You can select which one you want from here. So this is on Soldier Stadium's website. If you want to go with Spot Hero or ParkWiz, you can do this on either their website or their app. I'm going to show you Spot Hero, but it is the same premise on ParkWiz as well. In the search box, you'll type in BRUNO MARS. From here, if you scroll up, you will see under upcoming events, BRUNO MARS, Soldier Field, May 16th. We're going to select that option. It will then spit out for us all of the available parking lots that are available. If you notice, all of these are going to give you the distance from the lot to the stadium. In walking distance, I'll pick the first one, the popular one. If you select inside of that reservation, it will then give you your time for the reservation. This one is 5:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. And also, if you keep scrolling up, it will tell you under amenities if they have ADA parking available as well. So I would suggest that if you go this route, you make sure that for whichever reservation you select, you not only review the time for your reservation, but make sure you look at all the details that are given and make sure that you know whether you need to download your parking pass or whether you need to print it off. This is parking for Soldier Field. ADA drop-off and pickup is going to be located at the Gate 14 turnaround area. That's off of Museum Campus Drive on the southeast side of the stadium. They mentioned an ADA placard or ADA license plate is going to be required for access, and the person to whom the placard or license plate is registered must be an occupant of the vehicle in order to access the drop-off area. If you do not want to drive to the venue, we do have some other options. We have the train and the bus and rideshare. For the train, the South Shore Line is going to offer special limited train stops at the 18th Street Station, which connects passengers directly to the Soldier Field entrance via a pedestrian walkway. And then we have the red, orange, and green lines, which stop at Roosevelt Station between State Street and Wabash Avenue, where transfers can be made on the 146 Inner Lakeshore Michigan Express bus, or you can walk on Roosevelt Road through Museum Campus to the stadium. For either of those options, I would recommend Google Maps. Put in your starting point and then put in the ending point as the stadium, and it will spit out what's available to you from where you are. Keep that app open and it will just go with you, travel with you as you go. Of course, we have rideshare as an option as well. They have two drop-off and pickup locations, one for before the show and one for after. The one for before the show is going to be 18th Street exit off of DuSable Lakeshore Drive. And then the one for after the show is going to be located at the intersection of South Columbus Drive and East Balboa Drive. Two recommendations for rideshare is if you know you're going to use it, I would try to book it in advance. It tends to be a little bit cheaper than trying to book it the day of or the night of, as well as when you leave the show. After you leave the show, I would try to walk a few blocks away, 2, 3, 4 blocks away from that venue. Get away from the congestion, get away from the crowd. It's going to be so much easier for the Uber driver to find you and get to you quicker. Weather. As forecasted right now, on Saturday, during the day, there may be some of that four-letter word that we don't say because we don't want it. But Saturday evening, they're saying 59 degrees and considerable cloudiness. Sunday, 64, partly cloudy in the evening, and maybe some of that four-letter word during the day. Okay, so it sounds like in the evening, Chicago, you guys are going to have a wonderful night for a show. That is your number for you, go. Let's get into these traffic advisories because they're giving you guys traffic advisories. They're mentioning that due to multiple events happening on the museum campus, as well as a concert at Northerly Island on Saturday, fans are encouraged to plan ahead and arrive early. I would definitely recommend pre-purchasing your parking passes if at all possible, because it's just going to make the night that much smoother. They do not speak of if there is going to be parking available day of, but I imagine that it will be. Most of the time there is, but a lot of times when it is a bit more expensive than it is going prepaid. So I would encourage you to go with the prepaid option if at all possible. You guys are having this concert on a weekend, so that does possibly cut out some of that work traffic. But for the amount of people that be coming to this show, this is still going to be congestion and a lot of traffic. So I would recommend you planning your day accordingly if you want to get there on time. I will say that this show starts on time. DJ P will be on that stage at 7:30, and then about, I would say probably that maybe 8 o'clock hour would be Leon Thomas. I know generally Bruno Mars is on that stage no later than 9 o'clock, but most of his shows are starting at 7. You guys are starting a half an hour later, so that might push it a few minutes later, but probably somewhere between that 9 o'clock 9:15 mark at the latest is when I would expect Bruno. So if you want to be there on time so that you don't miss anybody, make sure you plan your day accordingly. Please go ahead and download your parking passes. Make sure that you have those ready. It will either be a download or it will either be a request to have it printed off. Okay, either way, you're going to have to show your pass to someone. So make sure you are aware of which one you need to do so that you have it ready to go. It's going to keep parking traffic moving. I think that is the worst part of coming to a show of this size. Same thing with your tickets for the show. Go ahead and get them downloaded if you have them in their respective mobile wallets, apps. That's going to get everybody into the venue quicker as well. And say when you go outside to get your food, you will need to get back into the actual seating area. So having it ready in your app is just the easiest way to go. Pack your patience. This is a good amount of people. Once again, coming to one area for one event. You are going to need your patience. Getting there is half the battle. I feel like leaving is always the absolute worst. So pack your patience. Any questions, any comments, per usual, please leave them. I do try to get back to you as quickly as I can. If Chicago is not your stop on the romantic tour, but you are going to one of the upcoming cities and you want to be in the know before you go, I am your girl. I'm covering the U.S. portion of this tour until its completion. So if you want to be in the know before you go to enjoy your show, feel free to give me a follow. Chicago, please start preparing now. Leave early. You will face traffic. You will face congestion. So pack your patience. Please be safe and enjoy the show, y'all. Bye.